Hi everybody. I made a frozen pizza. In the mornings, I feel a little bit better where I can move around and get some things done. So I put this pizza in the toaster oven, and then my son had brought me some cottage cheese. So I'm eating that with it. He brought me some different items that I don't have to cook, that I could just throw on a plate and eat it like that, or throw it in the microwave. So I'm having this for breakfast, and I know it sounds kind of crazy, but the reason why I'm having it for breakfast is because right now I have the energy and I feel good enough to make the pizza, and it's cool enough. Um, I think it's only supposed to be in the 90s today. So I thought I'll wake up early, and then what I did is I have this turbo fan on. I don't know if you can see that right there. Got that turbo fan on right there, and it's blowing air out my kitchen window and to the left over here. So it's blowing the heat out because it's not time to turn on my air yet. So, and they're just window air conditioners. They're not like a great air conditioning system that's installed. So I'm just trying to keep it cool. And so I made that. And the reason why I made it for breakfast is because I can also eat this for lunch and dinner tonight. So let me see, how many pieces did I get? 3, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 pieces. So I'm probably gonna only eat this one piece right now for breakfast because I'm not that hungry. And that's another thing, I haven't really been hungry at all. And in the beginning, I wasn't eating. I don't know, I was just kind of scared. I thought maybe something was wrong. And then I went to my regular doctor because I thought, well, all why am I feeling so bad? Did I suddenly go diabetic or did something happen? So I went to my regular doctor, and he can pull up all my records from the hospital, my blood work, everything, my CT scan, everything. I guess because it's all digital or computerized now. So he was able to get to see everything, and he told me all my numbers were great. My blood sugar was low because I told him, well, I'm worried maybe I'm diabetic, and he says no. He looked at my numbers and he says no, your number. So it was like only one oh something, and that was when I was at my sickest at the hospital. And he says no, people who don't have diabetes really don't get over 200. So no, you're fine. You're not diabetic at all. He goes, I'd be worried if it was like between a 3 to 500 range if you were at the hospital. He says, no, but you're like only 10 something. And that was, at my worst. So I was like, oh, okay. So and then he went over all my numbers with me, and he told me, no, my liver was good. He said the liver was fine. Nothing wrong with my liver. It's healthy. He said my kidney, I think kidney panel or something. He says everything was working good, functioning great. Um, he said everything was really good, and so, and then he was one that told me that my blood, white blood count, white cell blood count. I don't know what it's called, but it's the white cell something was high, and he says the normal number should have been what my number was, and he said that usually means you're fighting an infection. And I says, okay, because when I went in, they thought I had the flu or COVID. And he goes, yeah, I see they did a COVID test and you're negative. I said, yeah. And he says, yeah, I don't know, maybe you had the flu or you have an infection somewhere and we just don't know yet. Where. And so I was like, okay. So I'm thinking, along with the heat exhaustion, I just also had the flu at the time, and that's probably what led to it because I was outside for like 4 or 5 days straight in the garden watering outside and just doing things, on my watering days, and doing a lot of stuff outdoors and indoors, and not turning on my heat till late. So I just overdid it, and it just all caught up to me at one moment. And it's weird how it just hits you out of nowhere, or at least that's how it felt for me. Now I have some Pepsi here, but I have a Pepsi first thing in the morning because I only drink one Pepsi a day, so I only drink like half to here, and I put it in the fridge, and then I'll have the other half for lunch. And then after I have my half, then I drink this whole water bottle, and this is spring water. So I'm drinking that, and so he said no, and he said you don't need to worry about diabetes or anything like that. Everything came back good. So when I had first got back from the hospital, I really wasn't eating because I was scared, like, oh, what can diabetics eat? And I was like, I don't have, like, everything in my home was like really not for diabetic people. I was like, so I really kind of wasn't eating. I think I was just making myself more sick. So I noticed now that I've been eating more and eating my normal foods, that I'm starting to get back, like, feel better. So these were on sale. These were only 88 cents each. So my son had picked me up a case of these. This strawberry smash right now is my absolute favorite. So these are really good. These are normally $2 a bottle, but since they were on sale for 88 cents, because he told me that they got more of the zero sugar in. So I said, well, you know what? At that price, just give me a case. So he got me a whole case. And then he got a couple extra. And then he got a couple extra grape, because he knows I like grape. And then he picked me up some chips, that 50 box. And then he got me some more rice. This is short grain rice. I like to make this for my sticky rice. It's Calrose rice. And so I have like a little bit left in that one, and he noticed that, so he got me another bag, so that was really nice. So he picked me up that, and then he got me some more bananas, and then he got me those, oh, what do you call it? Snack packs. They're pudding. So this is my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, pretty much. So I wanted to make, I ran out of the store-bought potato salad that he brought me because that was pretty good. I was going to make my own homemade potato salad this morning and try to at least boil some potatoes since it's going to be a little bit cooler. And my potatoes were all rotten. They were not all gratin, but they were all rotten. And so I was like, oh man, because it's been a few weeks and I wasn't cooking, and of course because of the heat, but I thought, and then the heat, they just went rotten fast. Ooh, I'm dropping my cottage cheese. Okay, so right now I feel good, kinda, and so that's why I'm doing this extra stuff. And then I went outside and checked on the cats. Oh, and then Twinkle Toes, Hot Dog's brother, the one with the white feet, I guess he had been in here for a couple days, and I didn't know, and found him sleeping on my bed. So that's why that white bedding is all right there, because that was the bedding I had on my bed when I caught him sleeping in my bed. So I couldn't believe it. And so he just made himself right at home. So then he got scared when he saw me, and then I didn't even have the door open, of course, so I had to go open the door because he was just not running and knocking everything over, just going crazy. So that was a mess that day, but that's all right. Oh, and then the strange thing is when I got back from the hospital, all my stuff outside was like, because my cats, they're just feral. They're not like domesticated cats. They're just wild, stray, feral cats that I feed. And, sorry, I had to have a drink. And I just feed them. Anyways, when I left for the hospital, because they panic just when I go into town. They'll wait kind of by the end of the drive out. We have to drive out of the apartments. They'll wait down there till I get back, because I don't know if they think I'm never coming back, they're never going to eat again or what. So I am not kidding. I got back from the hospital everything was like flipped over and looked crazy. Like I have a little table out there. It's a good sized little table. They flipped that over. It had to be the cats. I had a little umbrella up there that was already off the table. I had off to the side. That was all another spot. There, it was just crazy. So I don't know if they thought I was never coming back and they were losing their minds, or if they thought I died and they were losing their minds, because they're probably thinking they're never going to eat or drink water again, so freely. And so, because I give them a lot. And so when my son was bringing me back, he even noticed. He was like, oh my goodness. And so it looked, so he said that he'd go to my apartment first, because I was expecting my apartment to be ransacked. I thought, well, maybe because I left, I got robbed or something. I don't know. So he went in, my door was locked, everything was fine. And so I went in, and then everything was fine. They just must have went crazy outside thinking I was never coming back, because they really do worry about me when I go into town. So like before I got sick and I would go into town and do something, I would try to hurry back because I knew they'd be waiting near the road waiting for me. And they're feral. They still worry about me, or themselves, probably thinking they're never going to eat again. So I'm good. I'm healthy. I just need to get over whatever. I probably have the flu or COVID. Sorry, I'm eating with a mouthful. And because I got sick, I feel just so sick still. So my son said, Mom, you probably have COVID. You probably got it. Like there's no way I probably couldn't have gotten it, because there was just so many people there with it at the hospital, everywhere. And they thought for sure I had it when I was at the hospital. The nurse that was taking care of me, he said, oh, I'm pretty sure you have COVID. And he says everyone's coming in with COVID. Either they're coming in like with heat exhaustion, heat stroke, or COVID. And it was packed. I mean, packed. There were even people in, not even in rooms. They just had people all in the hallways of where the rooms are, not out where you sit in chairs waiting to be admitted, but back where the hospital beds were in rooms. Everyone was just like on like these recliner chairs or gurneys, and it was packed. So, but no, my test at that time came back negative, but because I was around all of them, because I've been still so sick, and my son says, Mom, you probably have COVID now. You just need to wait at least 2 weeks and you'll probably be fine. And because I went to the doctor just a couple days ago again, because I was worried I still wasn't feeling well, and I wanted to get his opinion on my blood work and all my scans to see if it was right. And he said, no, you're healthy, you're good, your numbers are all good, and they were all low and where they should be. He said I'm very healthy. I just have an infection somewhere and just need to get over it. And I didn't have a fever when I went in. My blood pressure was fine. The day that I went in, my blood pressure was high, but when I got out of the hospital, it was back down to normal. When I left, it was like 111/75. So it went back down to what it normally is. When I get sick, it usually goes down lower. So when I went in and it was high, that was like really rare for me. So I think it was only because of that heat exhaustion that it had skyrocketed to what it was. So, and when I went into the doctor, my blood pressure was fine. I had no fever. In fact, my temperature always runs a little lower than normal. My temperature is never like, how it's supposed to be like 98.6 or something. Mine's always like 97. So, and that's what it was. So he says, no, you're fine. You're just sick. Something's wrong and you'll get over it. And But he said if I get worse, something happens, of course, go back to him and he'll refer me to a specialist, or or if I get real bad, go back to the hospital. But I do feel like I'm steadily improving. I do not feel as bad as I did the first few days I got back from the hospital. That was bad. I couldn't do anything but sleep. I wasn't even eating. So I'm eating more now, and I am feeling better the more I eat. So I just think I need to eat more. And then my son got me these really great salad bags. Oh my goodness, they are so good. These bags he got me. And I've been eating a lot of that too. Like, so normally I just put a little bit of that right here, but I'm kind of cabbaged out right now, but I'll have it for lunch and dinner with this. So, oh, anyways, I gotta get going. I forgot the bell ring and I gotta get something out. Okay, so anyways, I just want to give you an update. I'm doing much better. Hopefully in a week or two I'll be back to normal. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching.